Alright, welcome back to the show. It is now time to go to TNA Ring of Honor. Going to start with TNA and their Slammiversary event that took place this past Sunday night. Here are the quick results. Petey Williams defeated Kaz to stay the X Division champion. In 6 women tag action, the team of Gail, Kim, ODB, and Roxy defeated the Beautiful People with, now it is confirmed, Mickey Knuckles, whose new name is Moose. Moose. That is about as original as Mantar. I love Mickey. You know, Mickey's my girl, but LAX successfully defended the TNA Tag Team titles, defeating Team 3D. Awesome Kong had her open challenge, and as you know, she beat the holy snot out of everybody. Then the wedding of Jay Lethal and SoCal Val, which turned into a complete disaster. It was, in the words of the late great Gorilla Monsoon, a Pearl Harbor job. It was just, it was terrible. It was terrible. Like, I haven't seen it, but from the reports I've heard, it's just absolutely god awful. Wait till you see how this one turns out. And then back to serious action. AJ Styles defeated Kurt Angle in what many people said was the best match of the night. And then the main event, Samoa Joe successfully defended the TNA Heavyweight title in the King of the Mountain match. Now, I actually did get to watch Impact for once. Yeah, I know you're all surprised. Why'd you watch Impact? Because I had to watch the match between the Motor City Machine Guns and Naruki Doi and Masato Yoshino. And I tell you, what a fantastic match that was last night. That was just an unbelievable match. That was one of the best matches I'd seen on TV in quite some time. And unfortunately, and it got the time it needed, and it was in fact the U.S. television debut for those two, and I gotta say that they really impressed the fans there. And I bet a lot of them were like, "Oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. These guys are unbelievable." Ah! But if you've watched Ring of Honor, you know how good they are. Okay, on that note, time to go to the Victory Road pay-per-view report. It is Sunday night, July the 13th, 8 p.m., live on pay-per-view, and it is live in Houston, Texas, from the Reliant Arena. And the main event is Samoa Joe defending the TNA Heavyweight title against Booker T. Now, if you are on the Smart Wrestling fan group on Facebook, you got a little bit of a head start. You notice that poster was up before the Slammiversary pay-per-view. Real smart by TNA. Now, time to go to Ring of Honor. Results, notes, and upcoming events. This is a very big week for Ring of Honor. Let's start with the Tag Team Title Tournament show. The pre-show matches, Rhett Titus defeated Bob Evans down on the farm, and Ernie Osiris defeated Mitch Franklin to stay the holder of the Top of the Class trophy. Here are your main show results. Adam Pearce and Chris Hero defeated Jigsaw and Ruckus. Kevin Steen and El Generico defeated Nigel McGuinness and Go Shiozaki. Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black defeated Delirious and Pele Primo. And Austin Aries and Brian Danielson defeated Roderick Strong and Davey Richards. So those 4 advanced to the semifinals. Kevin Steen and El Generico defeated Chris Hero and Adam Pearce. And Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black defeated Austin Aries and Brian Danielson by disqualification. Shane Hagedorn defeated Alex Sugarfoot Payne. Claudio Castagnoli defeated Eddie Edwards. Eric Stevens defeated the Necro Butcher and Brent Albright. And in the main event, Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black defeated Kevin Steen and El Generico to become the new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions. They are now 2-time Tag Team Champions. And from the notes that I've got, that after the match, the crowd threw trash all over the ring, and somebody even threw a chair into the ring. I can't wait for this DVD to come out. It looks very good. Now, to the Philadelphia show, and this was the Respect is Earned 2 pay-per-view taping. Your pre-show matches, Mitch Franklin and Shane Hagedorn defeated the Osirian Portal. After the match, the Osirian Portal got a "Please Come Back" chant. So very awesome to those guys. Rhett Titus defeated Ernie Osiris to win the Top of the Class trophy. And then your main show results, Kevin Steen and El Generico defeated Ruckus and Jigsaw. Claudio Castagnoli defeated Davey Richards. Brent Albright, Delirious, and Pele Primo defeated Chris Hero, Adam Pearce, and Eddie Edwards. And we all finally found out what was in the briefcase of Adam Pearce. It was the NWA World Heavyweight title. Roderick Strong defeated Eric Stevens in a fight without honor. After the match, Davey Richards left the No Remorse Corps to join Sweet and Sour Incorporated. Nigel McGuinness defeated Go Shiozaki to stay the Ring of Honor World Champion. Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black defeated Austin Aries and Bryan Danielson to stay the Ring of Honor Tag Champs. Jigsaw defeated Eddie Kingston, and the Necro Butcher defeated Jay Briscoe in a Falls Count Anywhere match. Now to the Ring of Honor business notes. It's been a couple weeks since I've read these, but here we go. Production will begin immediately on the next pay-per-view. Respect is Earned 2 will premiere on In-Demand, the Dish Network, and TVN cable systems on August the 1st, featuring a triple main event. The top 3 matches are Jimmy Jacobs and Tyler Black against Austin Aries and Bryan Danielson, Nigel McGuinness against Go Shiozaki, and Roderick Strong against Eric Stevens in a fight without honor. Look for something soon regarding ROH back on pay-per-view in Canada. Bryan Danielson worked a dark match for WWE last Monday with the permission of Ring of Honor. Now, for the story of the year that could have been, ROH was close to having Ric Flair as a special guest on the August 2nd Manhattan show. However, the deal is now not possible. If ROH had secured Flair, attempts would have been made to get Kenta Kobashi to the event so that Kobashi and Flair would have the opportunity to shake hands in front of the crowd. There are no talks of Kobashi returning to Ring of Honor. As of this moment, Jerry Lynn is only scheduled for the June 28th Chicago date. It is possible Lynn will be added to more shows. Lance Storm will not be wrestling at the July 25th and 26th events, but he will have a role on each show and be available for autographs. Storm will also be active in the locker room giving advice to the upcoming ROH stars. Storm has already taken his own time and unselfishly given advice to several members of the roster after watching the pay-per-views. And finally, the next 2 Ring of Honor DVDs that are coming to all retail outlets, July the 8th. Here are the 2 shows. Best in the World. Here are those matches. Samoa Joe against Kenta Kobashi. AJ Styles and Matt Sydal against Dragon Kid and Genki Horiguchi. Kenta against Austin Aries. Samoa Joe versus Kikutaru. Bryan Danielson against Lance Storm. CM Punk against Terry Funk. The Briscoes against Naruki Doi and Shingo. Claudio Castagnoli against El Generico. Takeshi Morishima versus Nigel McGuinness. The other show, Greatest Rivalries, have these matches. CM Punk against Raven in a dog collar match. Samoa Joe against Homicide. AJ Styles versus Jimmy Rave. The Styles Clash against the Rave Clash. The Briscoes against Austin Aries and Roderick Strong. BJ Wimmer against Jimmy Jacobs in a steel cage. Bryan Danielson against Austin Aries, the 3rd match in the Best of 3 series. Adam Pearce, Ace Steel, Colt Cabana, and BJ Wimmer against Claudio Castagnoli, Super Dragon, Necro Butcher, and Spider Nate Webb. Anything Goes match. And Roderick Strong against Eric Stevens. Now to these shows that are coming up. June the 27th, Dayton, Ohio. The main event has been announced. It is title for title. Nigel McGuinness will put up the Ring of Honor World title against Adam Pearce, who will put up the NWA World Heavyweight title. Austin Aries will face the Necro Butcher. Bryan Danielson will face Eric Stevens. Roderick Strong will face Chris Hero. And Kevin Steen and El Generico will face Jimmy Jacobs and Joey Matthews. The next night in Chicago, Illinois, the main event is Austin Aries against Jimmy Jacobs in a grudge match. Nigel McGuinness will face Jerry Lynn in a non-title match. Bryan Danielson will face Claudio Castagnoli. Adam Pearce and a mystery partner will face Roderick Strong and Brent Albright. And Kevin Steen and El Generico will face Tyler Black and the Necro Butcher. That is a look at TNA and Ring of Honor for this week. The Indies are next.